Hello, strangers. This is Strange Worlds Unlimited. I'm your host, Fred Strange, and this is The Sims 2. Once again, part 2 here. We went through our castle right here, which I'm actually going to. It's called Hogwarts here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and rename it. We're just going to call it the Magic Castle. How about that? Alright, so the Magic Castle, and as you can see it says space available. One thing I forgot to do when I closed out the last episode with this is to actually change it into a dorm. To do that, you go into your cheat prompt, which is this little area right up in here. And you type in change lot zoning dorm space dorm. Change lot zoning is all one word, and then dorm space and then dorm. Okay, so and you change it to a dorm, you save it, you exit out, and it says space available instead of for rent. So there's that. And I'm going to put in here to exit that, get rid of that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make our characters, our 8 characters that are going to populate the Magic Castle here. So students, create new students. We'll call this the Magic House. Alright, so Magic House. Okay, so first order up, we've got a guy right here, so we'll do 4 guys and then we'll do 4 girls. Alright, so let's see here. I've got a little random name generator here. I'm going to go off camera for a little bit here to well, first thing I'm going to do is I've got all these custom custom skin tones and things, body shapes and what have you. So I'm going to kind of randomly set up at least the skin tones, and I think I'm going to keep them to so that they're all the same basic body shape. I've got Warlock's body shape format, which has all sorts of particularly for the women, they've got all sorts of hip sizes and bust sizes and things like that. I'm just going to kind of keep it to the standard default format for these guys here. So let's roll some random numbers here and see what this comes up with. So there's our skin tone for this guy here. Now we need to give him a name. So I will go into I've got a random name generator as well, and can't quite see me here, but I'm going to be going, I'm going to be kind of going in and out of shot here, and I'm going to be editing this a lot, so that, I'm not going to bore you with, a huge thing here. We're just going to go through, character type, get the name, and then get the personalities and the likes and stuff like that. So yeah. Alright. So the name that got generated here for me is Nadine. Now there's a little thing. If you do your cheats, which I do, I kind of have to, because if I don't, the thing will kind of mess up and I won't be able to get into any buildings. And then you hit if you're in this, and you have your cheats on, and then you do Shift N, which of course I did in order to make that a capital N right there, way down here. Then this will come up. It'll say Creative Sim is now in debugging mode and stuff like that. And that'll give you some extra. That'll give you like some extra hats. It'll give you some extra clothing. They'll give you the alien skin tones, the zombie skin tones, that kind of stuff. So it'll you know, for those of you who have never played this game before, despite how old it is, that's how you can do that. So I'm actually going to get rid of this. So Nadim and Carver was the name here. So I'm not going to bother with any of the I'm not going to bother with any of this stuff down here. I'm just going to go straight down to personality types here. Okay, so Nadim. So now there are 6 personality types. There's pleasure, there's family, romance, knowledge, fortune, and popularity. For the purposes of what I'm doing here, I'm going to not do the pleasure or the romance categories, because that creates actually a lot of problems. The pleasure will come up with, 50 first dates or 50, dream dates as an aspiration. The romance one will get you, woohoo, or basically have sex with 20 different people, or have 20 different people as lovers and things like that. And if you have the right mods in there, that becomes pretty easy to do, and the best place to do it actually is on a college campus. But I want to try to keep this as I suppose rated PG-13 as I can. I'm not promising anything. There may be hints of I think I've got the blur on here, so if anybody decides to strut around naked, hopefully the blur will still be on. I don't think I put that into this thing, but there are things that you can take that off. So if you want to see your Sims roaming around in the buff, then you can do that. Most times they'll just blur that out. So I think I've got the blur on here, so just in case. If not, there might be some involved, and I'll see if I can edit those moments out, or work around them or whatever. But I'm pretty sure it's there. So again, I'm not doing the romance or the pleasure things here. So we're gonna keep to the family, aspiration, knowledge, fortune, and popularity. So I'm gonna throw that into like a number generator, random number generator, and say 1 through 4, and we'll see 1 through 4 which one of these come up here. Okay, number 2. So that'll be the knowledge aspiration there. Okay, and then you got to do your turn-ons and turn-offs. So there's 34 of those. So the first is turn on will be makeup. And the next one will be creativity. And for the turn off, we're going to do face paint. So that's this thing. He likes people who wear makeup. He likes people who are creative, who have the creative skill. And that's kind of, you get kind of high with the creative skill there before that kind of kicks in. and people who have face paint, which I don't really do. So if any random townie comes through that just happens to be in face paint, then he's not gonna like that person. So yeah, so there's our character. And we hit accept. One down. 7 more to go. Oh. First thing we're gonna do. Here's the one thing about. Sims 2 is that they give their characters really ugly faces in way too many cases here. And they're supposed to be based on certain ethnicities, but man, some of them are just awful. I found a mod that kind of tones the facial features down a little bit so they're not so hideous. Especially the guys. The guys are just really ugly. Just ridiculously so. So I've got a mod that kind of tones that down. I must not have put it in this one, so I'll have to go find it and download it for this. So let's see what skin tone this guy is going to be. Okay, so there's I got a couple of very pale people here. You know, and again, this is all randomly generated here, so I'm not trying to, you know, say, you know, I'm just throwing up I'm putting a number in the thing, it comes up with something, and there we are. I'm not trying to, I swear I'm not trying to take away any other colors or anything like that. That's just kind of what comes up, so I'll just follow that. So just because my first two guys are a little pale doesn't mean anything, so don't think anything into that. Alright, so let's get this guy a name here. Let's get this guy a different name here. Aridai Nakamura. It's like, that guy does not look Japanese whatsoever. Alright. Thomas Gomulka. M-U-L-K-A. Gomulka? Oh, there we go. Thomas Gomulka. I have no idea what nationality that is. I've got this random name generator that'll, and I may put the links to that down below in case you want to do this yourself. You can see what that is, what the website is that I'm using to both random numbers to get me my things here, but also the names. So we're gonna skip the rest of this stuff here. We're gonna go right down to this, and we got another Capricorn. So let me put this into my. I keep records of this, so I can keep track of, you know, what's their aspiration, what are they, you know, what are their likes and, you know, you get something like a family aspiration. Well, they want 6 children, or they want grandchildren, or they want to graduate. You know, the knowledge aspiration, they want to be scientists, they want criminals. The most fun is, and especially for magic people, are the max 7. You max out all 7 skills that are available here. That's very difficult to do unless you have a magic using character. You know, turn them into a witch or warlock. So, and in order to keep track of who needs what and that kind of thing, I have an Excel spreadsheet that I keep track of all that. So I'm going to be kind of, you know, like I said, I'm going to be editing this a lot, so you'll see it cut out and cut back and cut out, and, you know, you'll see me going from, you know, one position to another, and you know, it's like, well, there's a whole bunch of joke cuts through there. Well, that's the reason why I'm kind of cutting out the little boring parts where I'm doing all of my little bookkeeping. And I also want to keep the time relatively short, so I got to be able to, you know, cut the long parts out. You know what? I'm not going to randomize this one. He's just going to be a family. So I've got a family, I've got a knowledge, I've got a fortune. I'm going to have 4. So the next 2 guys, the next guy is going to be a fortune, the next guy is going to be popular, and then the girls are going to be family, you know, that kind of thing. So we're not going to bother with that one. However, we still will randomize their traits here. All right. 16 is redhead. Yep. 20, I believe, is gray hair. I'm not going to do gray hair for that one now. 14. That's a hat. No, that was jewelry. Excuse me. We'll do gray hair there. Okay, so redhead who likes jewelry, and gray hair. This one I said family, right? All right, so that one. There's Thomas. So we've got Nadim, a very pale Nadine Carter, and almost equally pale Thomas here. So let's see what we're gonna get for our next. And they insist on sticking me with some real ugly ass faces here, don't they? Hey, well, this guy's green. So one of the mod skins is the Pixie mod. So let's see what I'm going to call Mr. Green here. Okay. Daniel Vischer. Alright. Daniel Vischer. Alright, so we're going to go down, and Daniel's going to be, we've already got those 2. He's going to be a fortune. So let's see what kind of things he likes. First thing he doesn't like, right off the bat, zombies. No zombies. Okay. Clean. And 11 was makeup again. Okay. Alright, so there's Daniel. Alright. Man, what an outfit. Okay. Another pale skin tone. Well, let's see what kind of name we get for this guy. Wow. Okay. Aristides. Nick. And see, I hit capital M. Shift M will take the create a sim out of. Okay, so McAdams. Aristides McAdams. Bit of a Greek Scottish person here. I'm gonna shift that back on, not that it really matters at this point. Everything else seems fine. Okay, so he's popular. He's a Leo. 16. Got a thing for redheads again. And people in swimsuits. And doesn't like plant sims, which I don't have any plant sims. So that's nothing to worry about. Okay, so there are my 4 guys. And now let's go get some girls in this. And yeah. Alright, so there we go. A little lighter, but still kind of dark here. So let's see if we can give her a name. Okay. Nita Reese. There we go. That's a decent name. Alright, I don't think I'm going to deal with any of the rest of that stuff. Alright. So this is going to be our first family one here. Alright. So, family, Taurus, and let's see what she likes. 19. Custom hair. Not that I'm going to have much custom hair here. 31. Robots, which I don't have any robots. We're not doing that one. 24. So custom hair and charisma. Alright, so custom hair and charisma. Alright, so there's Miss Nita. Okay, so we've got our next one here. Let's find her a name. Oh, okay. Valerie Pereira. Okay, and so we're not going to bother with anything else there. And Aries is going to be our knowledge person. So take note of this real quick. Okay, let's see what Valerie likes. People walking around in their underwear, huh? Alright. $15 would be blondes. And whoops. Custom hair. Okay, so yeah. So that's Miss Valerie. Moving on. That's better. Okay. So, Paquita Garza? Interesting. I wouldn't necessarily normally associate. Well, I did have neighbors that were from I think the Dominican Republic or something like that, who were that dark and had, Spanish last name. So you get all kinds, right? All kinds. Okay. Anyway, Sagittarius, and what do we have left? We had Fortune still to do, right? Okay. So let's see what Paquita likes. Jewelry. No zombies. Can't blame her. None of those either. That was makeup. Jewelry, makeup. Well, I think you know where this may be leading to. Okay. So anyway, that's Paquita. Moving right along. Last one. Alright, so we've got a silver person. Like we had a green one, now we've got a silver one here. So let's take a look here. Alright. Juliet. Maria. Just the kind of name you'd expect from an alien, right? Alright, so how are we doing? Okay. Alrighty, so not that that's going to matter much anymore anyway, but okay, so Capricorn is my popularity person. So let's see what Juliet likes. 25. Let's see. Cooking. Brown hair. And plant sim. Okay. So. Okay. So. There's our magic crew here. Three very pale guys, a green guy, three brown girls, and a silver girl. So, and you know, we'll check and see in the next episode what their attraction is and all that sort of stuff. So let's just accept these guys. Okay, and there we go. So let's throw them into our magic castle here. So there we are, and there's the school. So here's the one thing I'm going to do right now. before we do anything else, to close out this episode here, I'm going to go through and see what everybody wants to do. So our first person is Aristides McAdams N. Oh no, that's not how I want to do that. I'm going to have to find a way of changing the name a bit. So he wants to be a Hall of Famer. Alright. Daniel is next. He's our fortune. And he wants to be, he wants to be a criminal. That green skin's gonna come in handy. Juliet, also popular. 20 simultaneous friends. Nadim is a knowledge. Let's see what he likes. There's your max 7. Nita is family. She wants to fall in love, so we'll just kind of lock that into place there. Marios 6 children. Let's see. Paquita is a fortune, also Hall of Famer. Okay, another family. This is Thomas. Golden anniversary. And last but not least is Valerie, who's our last knowledge one here. Oh, criminal. So that'll give me some ideas to, we're going to kind of divide them, one girl, one guy in one particular house. So we got the Hogwarts, so obviously we've got 2 criminal elements here. Those are probably going to be our Slytherins, right? Yeah, after all, most Slytherins are bad guys, right? So even though he's a fortune, she's a knowledge, right? So yeah, we'll kind of cover that in the next episode, and kind of see also see if there is any attraction between any of these people. You never know. You could have some inter-house cross relationships there, right? Anyway, for now that'll be it, and see you in the next episode, and stay strange. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching my video. If you like what you just watched, don't forget to give me a thumbs up below. For more of my videos, click the subscribe button on the screen or down in the description below. If you'd like to support me and what I do, I have books that you can read. The links are in the description below. If you want to support in other ways, you can go to my Patreon page and help me out there. You can also follow me on various social media pages. The links to all of those are also below. Thank you again. Stay strange.